I'm Jack Parris. I was Vice President and General Manager of KGUN TV from early 1983 to the end of 1987.
In-depth research has led us on a long and careful search for the right people to solidify KGUN TV's news effort.
And we were going through some tumultuous times in our news department. We had anchors coming and going and things like that. And we found this guy in Tulsa by the name of Guy Atchley, and he was terrific. So we decided to bring him in. And I remember we were at the airport waiting for Guy to come, and we see this guy with the gray hair coming down the causeway there. And I looked and I said, boy, he looks really good. Boy, I hope he takes the job, and I hope he stays for a while.
I'm Guy Atchley. At the top of the news tonight, prosecutors are building...
And he stayed and stayed and stayed. But he's going to retire now, well deserved.
Well, thank you, thank you. Well, I told you, you know, I'd been in a different city every year for 5 years, I think. And I'd had enough of traveling. I felt like Tucson was the right size for me. And I told you, you hire me, I'll stay. I did.
I'm very proud of all four of my sons who have gone into broadcasting one way or the other. I have a couple of engineers and a producer director. But my youngest son, Patrick, decided to come back to Tucson and to toil away in the early morning hours until Guy actually retired. And so Guy's going to retire and Pat's going to move into that chair.
Yep.
Just think about it.
Yeah, you said, first thing you said, full circle. First time we talked about this, you said full circle, and it really has been full circle.
Good analogy for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I know from my perspective, because I knew he hired you, and of course, being away in college, I would still check in. I would come back to visit and see you on the air, and I always said, I want to start out in that sports route, but I always think about KGUN, and I always think about you and the job you do, and I always said, if even it wasn't out loud, it was probably in my own mind, I want to be Guy Atchley someday, and I'd love to take that job over, and I knew someday you'd retire, and eventually you did.
Well, you're not 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Well, yes, that part I'm okay with being myself, but I want to be Guy Atchley's position as the 5, 6, and 10 anchor.
Can you imagine the chances of something like this happening? You hiring me, and then 34 years later, you coming in.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy.
You're right, full circle. So anyway.
What a small world. This is amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a great
crazy,
story.
Isn't it? It isn't 1 in a million, right? I mean, if we're going to give it odds.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
But it fits. It really does
I tell you, I love your daddy.
Yeah, well, I do too.
He changed my life.
He did. You've said that a number of times, how much he's changed your life, and 34 years later, you get to enjoy your life.
And I plan to.
Yeah.
The timing was perfect.
The timing was perfect. It came a couple of years ago and had hopes that this might happen, and thankfully it has, and you're going out and you're happy about it, and I'm going to move in and try to do my best.
And you're going to get to work with a beautiful woman.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm going to get to work with her and a lot of terrific people here on the list as well. I'll miss the mornings, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, come on, Pat. You're going to miss the mornings?
Not the lack of sleep part of the mornings, but I'm going to miss the
I know,
folks.
I know.
You know how it is.
But welcome. We are so happy you officially start.
Now, I guess?
No, we still have some time with Guy.
Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. No, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. We're going to say goodbye to Guy tomorrow at 6.
Absolutely.
And then we're going to cut the cake and enjoy ourselves.
And let me amend that statement. You get to work with beautiful women.
I do. Aaron as well.
Aaron?
You guys are so sweet. We're excited. Thank you. This is going to be fun.
Excited.
Like you said, once again, Guy, you're going out on your own terms.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of fun, 34 years. So you get to enjoy retirement, and then Pat gets to come in, and your dreams are coming true.
They are. It really was a dream.
And I'm so glad it's you.
I am too. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yep.